It happened again, y'all. If I had a nickel for every time Nintendo did this situation where they do something good and immediately do something bad, I could probably buy a Lamborghini by now. Literally last week, I was saying how they finally justified the cost of that Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass. They added on the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, and yeah, I can drop an extra $30 for that plus the Animal Crossing DLC. That's no problem, right? But now here we are with the negative side of things where the 3DS and the Wii U eShops are going to be shut down a year from now. And if you guys remember, PlayStation pulled the same sort of thing regarding the Vita store, and after fan backlash, they made changes to fix their fuck-ups. And honestly, we all know that they didn't fuck up, but instead they just tested the waters and ended up seeing that it was a bad idea. That sort of thing happens all the time with PlayStation and Xbox, even when Xbox tried to raise the price of Xbox Live and completely pulled the plug on that before lunchtime the same exact day that they announced it. So yeah, those companies I have at least a little bit of faith in to change their crappy decisions. But Nintendo, on the other hand, you'd have more luck getting Terry Crews to come to your house and beat you senseless than getting Nintendo to change their minds on any of their decisions. Simply put, they are the most hard-headed video game company out right now, and we talk enough about how bad they can be. So now all we can do is wait until March 2023 when the two eShops will be gone forever. But hey, just keep in mind that when a company does something like this, it is always okay to become a One Piece character and get those games any way you can. Screw the Nintendo ninjas, play your games, king. But yeah, it's so terrible seeing Nintendo constantly do these negative things one after another after another. The Wii U alone didn't sell many systems, of course, but it doesn't mean that games like Xenoblade X should be gone forever, even though it is only a matter of time until that gets ported because literally every other Xenoblade game is on the Switch at this point. But even the other indie games that were eShop exclusive should be able to be played and downloaded forever. Unfortunately, Meme Run isn't here to be a part of it anymore, but it'll stay in my memories forever. Until I join the Straw Hats, of course, and then I'll just find it online and play it like that. And yeah, all three of the people still playing Wii U should have the right to buy and play their games as long as needed. But now that I think about it, I'm remembering that the Wii U is the last remaining way to access the Virtual Console. If you remember, the Virtual Console was Nintendo's way of giving access to a huge library of older games. That was like the best thing from both the Wii and the Wii U that never crossed over to the Switch, because instead of getting the Virtual Console, they gave us the Nintendo Switch Online games, which the messed up part is that even with the Nintendo Switch Online games and the expansion pass, it still pales in comparison to the amount of gems on the Virtual Console. I remember using it a ton when I used to use my Wii a lot, and I'd find games I'd only hear about from retro YouTubers. Like sure, right now you can buy the Mario 3D All-Stars for like, what, $60? But back then, I was literally buying Mario 64 on my Wii for $5. Come on now. It's a damn shame seeing that all of that history and amazing games is going to be fading away with no good replacement for it on the Switch. And what hurts even more than that is the 3DS side of things, because the argument that the Wii U games could be ported is strong, especially after most Wii U exclusives made that jump to Switch already. But for the 3DS, I don't think it's the same situation. There are so many great games on 3DS, some of which are again digital only titles, and with the 3DS being one of the highest selling Nintendo systems while also being the most recent one to be dropped off the roster, that means that there's plenty of people who still would be interested in playing. Like, come on now, if PlayStation didn't eradicate the Vita store, what world are we living in for the 3DS eShop to get wiped away? I can't even imagine that this is a move that Nintendo is making to save themselves money. Like sure, servers do cost money, but you'd think that the extra money that they get for the Switch Online and soon the expansion pass, that will be more than enough to cover the costs. Because one thing we can all agree on is that that money is not going into fixing those Smash servers that still run at 12 frames per second. The moral of the story today is is that Nintendo continues to screw over the fans while pumping them with hype, and I can't say that this cycle will ever end at this point. In cases like this, I'd love to say we should boycott Nintendo, but let's be real, even if all of the hardcore fans boycotted, there's still so many fans who just don't give a damn. Like hell, there's so many fans out there that are just literal children that do not care about all this other stuff and who just want to play their Switch. They don't care about a 3DS or a Wii U. They probably weren't even around when those systems came out. So instead, what we can do is just remember that you can always start looking for that one piece and become a pirate yourself. And that is it for today, so subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you guys next time.